It's a very long half day for me, but I'm happy, and hopefully you are happy too. Let's begin. Okay, let's go. Okay, right. Today is the last trading day, last day of the month. All right. Now I share with you that the stock market will rebound yesterday. Now the thing is this: on Friday we saw a lot of selling. We saw the Dow Jones down 1,000 points before recover 100 points at the bottom. All right. But the thing is this: basically everyone around us was calling for sell on Monday. But we were very clear. In fact, we purposely did a very special evening session. And I tell you guys that Monday, most likely the stock market will go up, especially if it stays above the opening price of the day. So indeed, it really happened. Yesterday, the Dow Jones recovered, right? And of course, people around me made money in the market. So today, you can see from my background here is obviously Joe Biden. He is definitely trying to lead his way, show as a good leader, to tell the market that they will do all their best to make sure the vaccine for the Omicron will be ready ASAP. Then, of course, we have Bill Ackman coming out and say that it's a good time to buy stocks. Even this Tom Lee also came out to say it's time to buy stocks. But of course, more important thing is that whether this new variant will cause more problem for us. Now, before we go there itself, once again, disclaimer as usual, my job is to give you my view on the market. Your job is to make money. So the question is this: did you make money from the market? Now, you can see from this cartoon, right? The bull is still pretty strong. And I keep on reminding you guys, as long as $105 billion is going to come into the system, it's still going to bring the bull higher. But you notice that the bull is getting higher. Yes, this is something you must understand. So which means that now previously it's like up 5 step, down 2 step, up 5 step, down 2 step. Now it's about up 3 step, down 2 step. You realize that? Up 3 step, down 2 steps. Now, of course, if December comes and during the last FOMC meeting for this year, and if let's say they say that they're going to reduce the tapering or increase the tapering, sorry, my bad, increase the tapering figure. That means that they want to taper more than to 30 billion, then of course, this will shake the market a little bit more. And most likely, finally, this bull may really have to come down and the bears may have a chance to burst the balloon. Now, as long as the bulls are still holding the balloon, the bull is still safe. But of course, the arrows are getting higher, or the attitude, this attitude of this, the bull is getting lower. One way or another itself, once it comes to the point whereby the arrow can meet the balloon, it will pop. Now, popping of the balloon doesn't mean that the market will crash. It's just going to go back to normality, where it's supposed to be normal, and not like now it's being crazy. We do understand this. From the bull market in 2008 is where the real selling came in. The selling came in, actually, the peak was in 2007, October. And then 08 was where the selling came in very strongly. 09 was the selling went to incredible detrimental levels. And that was where the Dow Jones hit about 6,000, hits pretty low level, right? Can't exactly remember what number was that, 6,000? Yeah, 6,556, I think. All right, that was an absolute low. And then from there itself, today, the Dow Jones is at 36,000. So which means that the market went up by how many times? Many times, all right? So the thing is this: from then in 2009 to today itself, 2021, we have 12 years to 13 years of a bull market, right? So this is really not normal, all right? Not normal at all. So that's why even if the market pull back by 10 to 15%, is absolutely fine. And of course, that will be a great time to look into the market for long-term investment. So that's why yesterday I show you this chart. I told you that the Dow Jones is now trading above OP, right? Now, all TWB students will know that the opening price was here yesterday, and it was above pivot 1, right? So above opening price, above pivot 1, there's only one thing to do. That's buy. There's nothing to stop you from buying. And we've been calling the whole entire day, asking you to buy. And we even tell you the target that we're looking at. And the target itself is that 35,268 level. Now, what is that number? That is an MLP, mid-level price, okay? And we'll be teaching this on this coming Saturday itself, right? So if you have friends who want to join us, please tell them to come on board to learn, because this technique alone yesterday, you have made 2 rounds, the buy and the sell. Let's take a look, everybody. Look at it. Yesterday, what happened to the Dow Jones? So the Dow Jones basically went up all the way, and then it hit the beautiful level of 35,268, and then it stopped there. Now, what is crazy is this guy. Look at it. Look at the chart, guys. All of them shows that the market did go past 268, but none of them closed above 268 for the M15 chart. This is a very, very good telltale sign to book profit on the long and even consider to short. So if you have considered to short the market, right, what you could have done is that you could have basically used a lower time frame, enter short somewhere around here, stop loss just place somewhere around here. So this will be your X factor, right? Your range. That means your entry to stop loss, this is your range. And then look at the way the market came down. Oh my goodness, the market came down easily 4 times. Easily 4 times. So if let's say you reach $100 here, you will make $400 at the bottom, and that's what we did. That was what we did. Yeah, indeed. I was telling my friends around me, they short the Dow Jones, go for it. And of course, when we saw the KSI jump, it really confirms everything. Yeah, okay. So that is how we could have made yesterday on the Dow Jones. Was it spot on for you guys? If it is, please keep the word spot on. Yeah. Okay, keep on for me. Keep on sharing for me. Yeah. Okay. Then of course we also talk about the Nasdaq, and I was very blatant to tell you that Nasdaq will go up. I think the Nasdaq will go up because it is, again, the opening price is magically right on the pivot level at 16061 level. Opening price 59, and when it crosses the sell, right, we know that the buying will come in. Now, why is that so? Because technology is still the best thing to have. People still love technology companies. They realize that this is the best deal. To do something like, you know, to go into those like casino stocks or airline or logistic or this so-called this what you call recreation, like those cruise liners and stuff. They are not the best deal because of the current COVID variant. But that means that the usage of technology is going to surge, right? So that's why yesterday you saw the Nasdaq basically shooting up. Look at it, the Nasdaq just go all the way, right? We called for a buy, remember? We called for a buy when it was at 16,252, right? These are a screenshot of the yesterday's MAO. So there's no way I can lie about this, yeah? So when we were talking about MAO, it was already at 16,252, right? This is where we called for, right? This is where we were during MAO. And after that, it's a look at the price of Nasdaq all the way, went all the way up to 16,449. That means that it went up by another 200 points from where we called yesterday. So again, isn't this absolutely incredible? Now, I mean, you can lie about some calls. You can say, I said so, I said this. But when you have this, whereby you can see the drawing were there and it was done live, you cannot lie about it, right? So that's why we want you to see whatever we share in MAO, we want you to benefit out of it, right? So listen to what I have to offer every time, and I'm sure you're going to benefit from it. Okay, thank you once again. For those who are online right now, there are 30 of you guys. Nasdaq was spot on, right? If you remember that, do put like what Anthony just done, put a Nasdaq spot on for me. Yeah, all these little writing you put for me is very good and it encouraged me. Yeah. Okay, so to yesterday we saw the pending home sales. Now yesterday the pending home sales was incredible. It was 7.5%. Wow, 7.5%, incredible. Yeah. It was a really, really a beautiful one. Oh yeah, I again make a mistake here. I didn't change the timing. Oh gosh, give me a minute. Second time in a row. Yes, give me a short moment. I change it for you. Gosh. Yeah, just give me a few more moments here. Just another quick one. Yeah, sometimes you see there's so much thing to do every day. You kind of like forget here and there. Yeah, so yesterday what we saw was that the home sales was a very good number, better than expected. The market was looking at 0.9%, but instead the sell, right, it came in 7.5%. That was way, 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 way above. Now, of course, isn't that good for the economy? Yes, indeed, it's very good for the economy. In fact, itself is lovely. The only question is this, can it sustain? That is the biggest problem, yeah? So that is the biggest problem. Let me bring it down to you again. Let's do it here. Repeating, it's a bit deja vu feeling. All right, you can see that yesterday we have a 7.5% on the actual. Now, of course, Jerome Powell yesterday has spoken, and again, he didn't change much stuff, so the market didn't really bother with what he says. But still, end of the day, we know that he's still looking to do more tapering, and of course, interest rate factor is lingering, but it's not through his mouth. Yeah. So today itself, right, we're going to have the FOMC, Jerome Powell speaking again at about 4 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, we've done this morning. Yeah, done this morning already, done deal. So now the thing is this: tonight we have the consumer confidence. Yeah, we're looking at that number itself, and of course, Jerome Powell will still continue to testify again at 11 p.m. Yeah, so he's gonna like pretty long day for him too. Just give me a short one, change over the PowerPoint. Yeah. Go. Okay, so done. All right, the timing is done to Singapore timing. So which means that today at 11 p.m. Singapore time, consumer confidence will be out. The conference board, so the measurement of consumer confidence in the economic activity. Now we saw that the last few time in this from August, September, October, the number was dwelling down, but incredibly in this month of October, it recovers a bit. So let's see what will happen for November, but still traders are kind of optimistic. Then of course, to Wednesday, which tomorrow, that is where the ADP number comes in, okay? Now the market is looking at 520,000 jobs created from the private sector. It's slightly lower than the previous, but 500 numbers is a pretty good deal. Then of course, we have the ISM manufacturing PMI, and again, the number is slightly higher than expected. So overall, it seems that the market is still pretty okay, yeah? Then of course, on Thursday, we have the initial jobless claim, and Friday, we have the non-farm payroll, right? Again, the number is about 500, so within the expectation, yeah? So this is going to be a pretty, what you call big data week, but looks like the market should be able to stay strong, yeah? So the Dow Jones was up initially, then it came down on profit taking, but then again, by the stroke of the 11 hour, the market recovers all the way. All right, now what happened is that the Dow Jones was up by 236 points. The question is this: up 236 points, is it very big? Is it very important? Well, it is still a far-fetched from the selling of the entire day on Friday. So usually the market must recover at least more than 50% of the selling, then the market will likely recover. So we'll see what it goes, right? Let's check first on the CNBC market wrap. Now, S&P 500 bounces 1.3% from Friday's route, right? From Biden says that they have no need for COVID or Omicron lockdown, yeah? So this is very important because everybody is just worried that will Biden actually or the White House do a lockdown. Now, the last time when US have a lockdown, the whole economy literally collapsed, and that was pretty bad, right? So of course, Joe Biden will not even allow that to happen, seriously, unless something really devastating happening across the entire America. Now, even though we can see that the Africa COVID, this Omicron is spreading pretty fast, but you realize that the coverage itself is not as heavy as compared to this COVID-19. All right, let me bring up some idea for you. So first of all, he says that, right, if people are vaccinated and wear their masks, there's no need for lockdown. Okay, so that's one thing. And also that he also informed that there's no new travel restrictions. So without this new travel restriction, I don't think that they will do anything towards Christmas. Yeah, they rather make sure that even though the virus is around, they try to push out the vaccine one way or another. As we all know, one way or another, they'll find a way to have the vaccine done. And then after that, what happened? Yeah, then everybody will just continue Christmas as per normal. I think that is what the United States and everybody will want to do also, right? So that is what I personally feel too, that there's no reason to concern for this unless something really, really terrible happening in this in the market. Yeah, just give me a moment here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that's one part of it. Of course, another part of it is that vaccine makers have announced measures to investigate this Omicron, and their testing is on the way. You know, probably in my opinion, is really okay. I mean, we all know the fact of medical understanding is that doing a vaccine needs years and years and years. But of course, how fast the COVID came in and how fast we got the vaccine, all this really put a very big question mark in the whole entire medical field. So even let's say now again, if they would tell you that okay, they've done it again and have a booster shot to make sure they take care of Omicron, I just feel that every 6 months to 1 year we need to get our jab done. It's going to be very scary. Imagine going for jabs every single year itself. But it seems that it's happening. That's something you can run away. So, of course, the CBOE volatility index, the VIX, shoot up on Friday. Then, obviously, what happened was that the market went up yesterday, right? So the VIX index pulled back a little bit, yeah? So, apparently, this particular person says that look at the last 19 times since 1990 when the VIX surged by 40% in a single day, the founder market was higher 18 or 19 years later. That means they're trying to say is if let's say the VIX is higher, which are concerned, later, right, the market will usually be higher. So in short, it's telling you that the market is pretty bullish. Yeah. So this VIX itself is just temporary. It will just able to give us a bit of like, you know, upside. But you must understand this from 1990 to today itself. From Bill Clinton time to George Bush twice, the two Bush and Bush Jr. Then after that itself, you have this Obama, and then today, then Donald Trump, and then now Joe Biden. All these, the last 31 years, is one of the strongest bull rally ever seen in American history. Yeah. So I cannot say it's wrong, but I can tell you one thing itself: stay long in the market. Usually you'll be right because that is what happened the last 31 years, okay? So that is why I don't deny what he say about this, but I can only have my eyebrow lifted up a little bit here and there, yeah? So of course, I will say this, let the market slide, will be the best thing to do, and then buy from the bottom will be a better idea, right? Isn't that a smarter choice? Yeah, so you think about it, yeah? Okay. So let's look at the market yesterday. We can see very clearly the Dow Jones opened at above the pivot 1 level. So above OP, above pivot 1, naturally is a buy. Now the first target we're looking at was 34,949, which was taken out very early in the morning. Then we all know that, right, if the market crossed 34,949, very good chance it will go up to 35,268. Now that is about nearly 300 points from here itself, yeah? So if you believe in this, you just have to find an entry after 34,949. Look out for a color change, which is CCRY, red to yellow, and buy. You should be safe. And of course, what do you see, guys? Yes, indeed, the market opens straight away. It recovers, shoot up, pull back down, and then all the CCRY, red to yellow, you buy, and then all of you aim at this point here, which is 35,268, jackpot. This is where all the 3 trades came in, and 3 trades all profitable because the stop loss for this 3 trade itself is all here, which the market did not trigger. So which means that you buy here, you added on position here, and added here itself, right? 3 of them, none of that actually hit the stop loss and all hit the TP point before it came down. So if you didn't TP here itself, you didn't TP, and then the market came against you, right? Then of course, all your stop loss will be triggered. So what happened is that most of us have already taken profit when the market hit 268, but a couple of students thought that it will go even higher. So what they did is that they actually held their position, and unfortunately, all their stop loss were all triggered at the same time. So this is trading, and I will tell you guys, you cannot be really that greedy in the market. We already know that the KSI on the day chart is already red in color, right? If you remember this, if you cannot, I move back the tape for you again. Can you see that? The KSI was red, and it was an uptick red. So which means that when the market go to KTR +2 to +3, especially +3, is a very, very good deal. You should consider to take profit. But of course, sometime in life, if you think that the market will go up higher and then you take a risk, then too bad then, yeah? So things do happen, unfortunately. So even the same technique passed to you, the same technique used by a different group of people, but sometimes itself, right, the resultant can be totally different, yeah? So I cannot say much over there. Now, of course, for gold, it was the same thing. It was a KSI up. The gold was a KSI uptick, and the blue bar was extending. So that means that we know that the selling pressure is there for gold, right? So gold, when it opened itself, it did try to go past pivot 1, 1791. And after that, we know that 1791 trigger, the next target will be 1798. And again, all these numbers are made available for you on your system, on your system, without you drawing any single thing. And the most incredible part is the accuracy or the efficiency of the technique. Take a look, guys. Take a look, everybody. You see that when the market basically goes up, right? Okay, it broke above MLP at 1790. It went up to P1. So above OP, above P1 is a buy. So the market really follow through and go up. But you notice that 1798 is actually a moving average. And again, I say traditional traders, the moving average itself will follow the intraday movement and follow the line, which I tell you is, to my opinion, it is not the right way to use. And I told you, for us, it's better that we wait for a number like this now, 1798, right, for the goal. And you can see all the green dots appearing on your screen. Now, I already tell you guys, when you see a green dot, 2 dot, 3 dot, or many dots appearing on your screen, that means that there's somehow a consolidation at this particular point. So whenever a consolidation is happening, there's only two directions. Either you go up or you go down. So if the market chooses to go down, if you CCYR, you can see that the market starts to sell very heavily. And the scary part is when it came down, right, it stopped perfectly at the KTR -1 level perfectly, then rebounded. So this is how scary this system is. It already literally tells you what you can do, what you should do, and what you can do, and you just have to follow, right? If you think that this system is incredible, please key TWB amazing, yeah? If you can do that for me, it'll be excellently well, all right? So for gold trader yesterday, we saw it already. Look at it, the way it stopped there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bar or 6 bar, all triggering the moving average. That's why the green dots appear. And of course, the next thing you can think of, the market starts to sell. And obviously, once it breaks the pivot one, the selling will go down even deeper, right? So that's why I will say this, our system really has its merit. You just have to know what to do with it, and you can make money from it. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. This farm, Yukiet, Judy, Jerry, Chinghui, Dennis, Anthony. Yes, it's very scary. So scary until that if you really think about this, right, it's as if that we are like orchestrating the market. So, all right, so let's just look at some of the local and global news right now. Okay, Biden said he will direct FDA, CDC to use the fastest process available to clear COVID vaccine targeting Omicron. So don't you realize it's very scary? I mean, that it is so scary that now they can actually get things done and that you hit your body. It is really, I don't know. I just felt that something is very wrong. Thank you, Ashley, Louis, Susan, Judy, Toming. Thank you so much once again. But think about this. I don't know. No, I really don't know. I still have friends who are not vaccinated yet. I mean, of course, these friends are all pretty there in status, and they just tell me they're not comfortable at all. So they rather don't go out. They rather stay at home. They rather stay at home to do their stuff, but they rather don't take the jab. So I don't know, guys. To me, I've taken both my jabs. I'm happy to be out. I just take it this way. But still, the way I see this going on right now, with every time there's going to be a mutation, we'll get more vaccine and more vaccine and more vaccine. I don't know. I just felt very wrong at a certain level here. So, but of course, since that everybody says that it's going to strengthen the protection significantly, then well, let's go with the flow then. So apparently, Biden did order precautionary air travel restriction from South Africa. That's the right thing to do, where Omicron was first detected. Now compare this Biden, what he do versus Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump took a very long time before executing this, but Biden, you can see almost instantaneously he will react. So of course, it looks good, right? But apparently his rating, his approval rating now is at the all-time low. It's lower than Donald Trump anytime during his last 4 years in the administration. Now, this is pretty scary because if this is going to continue, right, then what will happen is this 2024, when the next election comes, right, chances of he losing is there. So that's why I just felt that, this whole thing itself is not going to help, yeah? So for us, for traders, well, because of this strong statement from Biden, the stock market recovered as we expected. So technically, we know what to do. But of course, the news will come in to support it. And together itself, right, we saw that worries for this seemingly being pushed down, yeah? And the media is not really covering. That's the scary part. They're not covering at all. Imagine when it was this Donald Trump time, whoa, every day they were covering this. But when it comes to Biden time, if they can sweep under the rug, they'll do it anytime. All right, so apparently WHO warns that this COVID Omicron variant poses very high global risk and is likely to spread. But you must understand, before you get yourself frightened this, the whole thing is that this is like a common flu, just spread slightly faster, okay? This is what we gather. It's not really that scary. I think that there was some writing here itself. Yeah, put it there. I think I'll put it in another page here. So what happened is that it is really not that scary. Yes, indeed, it's not more contagious, but it's still, you know, within control. Yeah. So that's what WHO share about this B11529 variant. All right. So let's go into some important market news for reference. So Bill Ackman, now Bill Ackman, we know him very well. He was the one that said that the market is going to go into serious trouble, and if because of the COVID back then in 2 years ago, and of course he made so much money from the market, billions of dollars, because he shorted. And after that, because of his short amount, he used back the money that he made. He went long in the market and said that actually the virus is not so damaging. My God, he played the market like a 2-cent whistle. And of course, what happened? Wow, billions of dollars again, he profited. So now he says that the new Omicron variant of the coronavirus could actually give US a boost if the symptoms turn out to be less severe. Yeah, in fact, this is what I was trying to find. The COVID symptom linked to Omicron variant has been described as extremely mild by the South African doctor. All right, so it's a bit, I thought the market was panicking because of what the doctors say. So a bit of both side view here as well. But nonetheless, more important thing is this, okay? His point is that you shouldn't be worried because Wall Street itself, right, don't see it to be posing any threat. And of course, economic recovery or reopening will still continue, despite even though interest rate may be coming in. So his point is this, he says that the Federal Reserve now is going to support the reopening of the economy. He said that they should taper immediately and try to raise interest rate. Now, this is a very interesting thing. He wants the taper to be done, and in fact, the cutoff ASAP, so that interest rate can rise. Now, why he want to do that itself? Then you must understand where it's coming from. Yeah. So this his own hedge fund called Pershing Square managed about $13 billion in asset, and now they're up by 27%. And after their fees is up by 21%. Well, that's a lot of money that they make. Okay, so all right, it was in 2020, right? That was market was crazy, right? The fund actually went up by 70%. That's why I tell you, he did a solid job back then as well. He was short in the market and he turned back long. My goodness, it was incredible. 70% is a lot of money, but don't forget, he lost a lot of money at the same time during when he shorted this Herbalife. He lost about, I think, $1 billion to $2 billion during the Herbalife attack back then, which obviously later on itself, right, the other billionaire won the game. Yep. Okay, so what happened is that now he's betting big rebound on restaurant, retail, hotel industry. So why would he want to do this? Because he's very confident that the COVID will be moving out soon. And then after that, restaurants, retails, hotel will do very well. But then again, why he wants the tapering to be done immediately? Because by doing that itself, that will push everybody out towards work. And that will recover the economy. So he's actually trying to say, well, you know what? Let's have some pain first, but then later on will be lots of success. So I totally agree with him doing that as well, because that is the only way you can get people going back to work. So let's hope that he got it correct, but I think he should be correct, yeah? But of course, on the other side, Tom Lee. Now, Tom Lee is a very bullish analyst with fund strat, and he's one of the guys who I'll always look at what he says, because whenever he calls for things, it's almost immediate. So the last time he called for a bullish market in October, it did not fulfill. And he said November, there's some selling, it really came in a way. So it's kind of right for in a way. So this time around, he says that 2020 rebound, it will, okay, he says that now, correction. He says that now, right, it's a good time to be an aggressive buyer. Wow. So it came just after when the Dow Jones lost 900 points. So he says that, okay, that this is a good time to buy. We would be aggressive buyer of this pullback by Tom Lee. As with the case with Beta and Delta variant, the bug has proven worse than the buy in each of those precedent instances. So in very clear, back then itself, with Beta, Delta variant, it was supposed to be terrible. All the doctors were saying that this is going to be bad. But you look at the market. The market went up by 25% from year to date itself. So again, all this tells you that sometimes you just have to follow the charts, yeah? And in fact, he felt that the last sell on Friday is a great time to buy. And in fact, even though the CBOE volatility index is up by 50%, it's nothing, it's just only be short-lived and transitory. And he said that the future is still uncertain, but the probability of a V-shaped rebound starting this week. So it's very clear, and he's saying that the market will do a V-shaped rebound. So he's saying that the market will be going up. Yeah, so it's very, very bullish with the market. I repeat, he's very, very bullish with the market. And he says that, right, he recommends energy stocks, home building, small cap, epicenter means those stocks that is more stay-home stocks, okay? So of course, he has some name for you, some ETF like Energy, Spider, S&P, and we have Russell, and of course, we have this SPDR fund, sorry, it's SPDR, S&P, and not Spider, sorry about that. Yeah, so all these are very clear that his top company that he's holding most of it itself, right, is actually onto energy. So one of the things that we want to look out for, and that's why I'm also pretty bullish on the energy market. All right, so guys, if you want to have some more, you want to be updated with market news, contact Susan, okay? Every day, whatever I cover in MAO, if you like the sharing and you want the article to read more in details, just contact Susan. She'll bring you into our TWB market news channel, whereby it's one-way traffic. We will send you whatever I found online, important information, and then I'll post it here. Or any MAOs, whenever I do any MAO sharing, all the articles are all made available here itself. And it's absolutely free, and it's only meant for TWB students. Yeah, once again, we are always looking forward to make things better for you. So of course, remember this VIX, okay? The VIX, when I called for buying just a couple of days ago, all right, when we were calling for buy itself, we said that it's time to buy more VIX. And then of course, VIX really went up to 20. Then there was a pullback to about 18. I say, don't worry, guys. Held on a position, it should be fine because everything is still within control, right? And of course, what happened after that? My goodness, on Friday, because of the low trading volume, right? The liquidity provider for the AIMS wasn't around, but still the global market AIMS, global markets VIX still moved and it went up 28. Now, do know once again, guys, this is the cash market, not the future CFD market. So there's price discrepancy between houses, okay? So do take note of that. This is the VIX cash index, okay? All right, so of course, it went up to a high of 28 yesterday because the Dow was down by 900, right? But when the Dow Jones futures was up by 500 points from the low, that obviously will bring the VIX down. So the VIX basically gap down and trade lower. Yeah, so this one take note as well, it trade actually lower. So the question is, can we buy VIX now? I would say no, because whenever you buy VIX, we buy it on two ground. If the RSI was somewhere near the 30 level, then it'll be a good buy, or 40 level in this case. And of course, if not, then the price must be somewhere near about 15 to 16, then you are very safe. So if for some people say, Cal, how come you get this is so simple? How come no one talk about it? I say that this is very typical. When we call people to buy over here and here itself, right? Not many people come in. In fact, itself, right, I think less than 15 people or 20 people actually bought VIX. Yes, of course, then now when the price shoot up itself, right, then of course we keep on telling them it's time to take profit because we have seen it before. Every time itself, when the VIX hit about 28 itself, normally the VIX will pull back, yeah? But once again, this is VIX cash market, not the one that we are trading with AIMS. That's a CFD. So you must understand the two difference, yeah? And of course, people make money. So yesterday, Goh Chongming, he actually made about nearly 493 US dollar. He bought into this VIX. So for one single contract, he made a 400. Then of course we have another gentleman, Min Hui. He also bought VIX, and also the price is around there. He bought a better price, and of course he held on his position, and he made about 391 US dollar. And of course our celeb brick brother Yao Tong also went in to buy the VIX, and he bought about 17.29. He bought a single contract, and he managed to sell at 21.15, and he made about 386 US dollar. So you can see that when we give a call in the market, especially on MAO itself, we have students who really follow in and make money. And that's my point. Of course, we cannot be right every time. There will be losses intermittently, but still, you can see from our result, overall, we are pretty decently good, okay? So guys, for those who have made money in VIX, if you have made money in VIX, please key the word VIX right now. Because I know that about 30 plus people, about 20 plus people have texted me along the way the last 3 weeks, and they tell me they have bought VIX. But when we ask how many of them make money from VIX itself, right, only like a handful came in a reply or they posted their trades. I mean, minimally itself, you should make about $200 because for one, unless you do a smaller size contract, But if you do a minimum one contract size itself, right? Then of course the gap up was already by four full point, right? So easily you should make about $400 on average, lah. That's the target of us. Now, of course, you can also lose. If the market have rallied big time itself, maybe VIX will go down to 12, 11, and we may even lose money. But of course, back then itself, with the Dow Jones at 36,000 and the VIX is at only 15, 16, come on, that was a very outright bet that you know that the chance of losing is going to be absolutely low. It's not impossible, but just low, okay? So we can see that. So congratulations to you, Anthony, Stanley, Toming. If you guys have made money in the VIX, do kindly post it, your winnings into the Anything Under the Sun group, yeah? That'll be the best way to thank me if you think that this is you want to thank me for whatever you and make money from. Yep. Okay, all right. So of course, remember that I show you this number at 31. That was yesterday. I told you, right, the VIX, the fear and greed index was at 31, and I told you if it's 31, very good chance the market will be recovering. Remember that? So I even show you a chart. I told you that yesterday that if the market do come down to around this area here, it's a good time to buy. So without even really thinking much itself, right, there was another reason why I know that the market will be up. So from yesterday 31, today is 42. So you see when the Dow Jones was up by about 300 points, the fear and greed index went up to 42. So again, you just have to wait for the right time and then do the right thing. So yesterday we saw the index was 31. That's why on the same day itself, we buy. So Friday was 31 already. Monday morning, we just had to stick to the buy side. But of course, the market must stay above OP, right? So the only way we stay above OP, we buy. And that's why yesterday we managed to make good money from the market. And that's also the reason why I asked you to take profit on the VIX. So all these shows that you need to have a trader mind and also a person like myself who can share with you some good information, and then you can prosper from the market. So those who make money, once again, I seriously hope that you learn something from here itself, and the next time you'll know what to do. But of course, if let's say you are kind of like, not very happy with whatever happened on Friday, so very simple, you can find another provider to do VIX trading. End of the day, it's most important to get back your money. Yeah, you can get a very good deal trade, but if your profit doesn't come to your pocket, then it's still pointless. Okay, all right. Okay, so with that is all right. Let's go into the charts for this morning. The bull goes moo, the bear goes grrr, and the lemming go is different this time. Let's go, guys, with our charts for today. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at China A50. Oh my God, China A50 is in a terrible, terrible position. Okay, let me just do it slowly with you guys. Now, I already tell you, the way we use MA30 is very important and very powerful. And of course, we stick to the protocol of following through, right? So you can see that over here itself for 3 days, the market tests the MA30 and it failed for 3 days. Then incredibly, on the 4th day, it managed to close above it. But I was expressing a bit of concern because it actually went up higher first, then it pulled back. So I said that wait for one more day. Then truth be told, the next day, the market actually gap up, went up a little bit higher. So we thought that this is going to start off the China A50 rally. But instead, the market collapsed towards the end and closed below the MA30. And that was where I tell you guys to be very, very careful. I say that most likely the China A50 will go down and shorting Hang Seng will be a better bet. And truth be told, on the next day, the market gapped down and the selling came in. Now, of course, there's some ongoing rumors saying that China Evergrande, the boss himself, right, has sold some of his luxurious assets to cover back the costing. But you must understand, my friend, selling $400 million worth of assets is not going to save a 50 billion problem. Now, even the problem itself, we resolve the 10%. That's $5 billion. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but it's still there. So if you ask an individual to come out $5 billion as well, where his asset majority is based on the stock price, then I kind of thinking it would be pretty bad, right? So let me just bring to you now the current price of China Evergrande, yeah? So let's take a look, everybody. Now, I love to do things like this. I like to show you stuff, and we take a look at the same time, simultaneously, yeah? Now, China Evergrande 3333. Okay, that's a code for China Evergrande. Can you see that? Can you see that? Now, China Evergrande, it went up to it was actually about $2.23. I did tell you guys, if you're going to buy China Evergrande, you can try. and it did went up to the high of $3. Yeah, so from $2.20, it went up by 80 cents. But if you look carefully on the chart now, it doesn't look good at all. It's more of people using this to sell out instead. Look at it. It rejected very nicely over here itself. So if let's say seriously, if this company is able to survive, then why would investors be selling after they took many days to recover? So of course, this is more like a clear cut that they will go down again. Now I stress this again. My personal view for China Evergrande, which I tell many people this, I say, look, if you want to really buy it, you wait for it to come down to here. So you can see that as well, right? China Evergrande, you look at the chart wise. If you look at it, okay, this is the counter. All right, I think I need a bit bigger for you on weekly chart. Can you see now? This is China Evergrande since 2010. So the last time when China Evergrande, the lowest it ever go was about here itself, and that's about let me just take a look. $1.90. I repeat, $1.90. So which means that now China Evergrande, if you will want to buy it for the sake of that, because you think that it's good to buy, then let it go down below $1.90. So once you go below $1.90, you may want to try it just for the sake of buying cheap. Now, of course, the RSI rating now is at very low end. The last time we see this was back about in 2011. And of course, after that, the market shoot up from also around $2.30. It went up to the high of almost $5. Yeah, so up by almost 100%. So the last time we see something like this, it was here in 2010. It was here about $2.30, and it went all the way up to as high as $6. So now we are almost there. By the time the company was brand new, now the company went up the roller coaster, and there's so much problem ongoing right now, and the Chinese property market is actually dwelling down, and plus the COVID variant is actually spreading a little bit in China. So I don't think this is a good time to buy China stock, especially China Evergrande. So I believe that it has to go down below 190 first, then we talk about it, okay? 190, then we talk, okay? So if that's the case, will that bring the China market lower? Yes. Will Hang Seng go lower? Yes. So now what you see on your screen right now, beautiful. China A50 basically triggered the high, almost reached MA30, and then it reversed down, broke the MLP. Now I just have a little bit of conversation online with Ames yesterday, the technical support, to just check on the VIX. At the same time, they did share with me that they may not be able to continue to facilitate China A50 data in the near term. That means that, right, if let's say they couldn't get stability from the LP, they may not have this China A50 data. So one day, if let's say you find, hey, China A50, the symbol is no longer available, right? Don't be shocked, because they already start to share. Because to find a reliable LP to provide data and for trading purposes is really not easy. Yeah, it's really not easy as people thought. So for China A50, I still stand my ground. I already tell you guys, my view is to come down to this point here. If not, it'll be here itself. What number is this? I share with you. The number is 640. Wait a minute. The number is 14,977. So which means that I still think that the China A50, if you want to bottom out, it had to come down to 14,977. Now it's 15,300. So we are talking about another 300 points drop, which is not very difficult for China A50. Yeah. So only if we hit 14,977, then maybe we can look to buy into the China market for a short moment. Yeah. Oops, wrong side. Okay, so that's China A50 today. We talk a bit more on China A50 today. All right, let's look at the other markets right now. Let's take a look. Okay, Dow Jones for this morning. Now, Dow Jones this morning is actually above pivot 1. So by right, today is a buying day again. The opening price today is a price of 35,180. Okay, so very simple. If the Dow Jones can stay above 35,180 CCRY, all of them will be a buy. Yeah, if the market can stay above pivot, above OP, because it's above pivot 1. But once it goes below OP, right, there's a problem. Below OP, above pivot 1, we call it as an uncertainty zone. Yeah, the uncertainty zone. So because of that, right, that means the market may not be able to go up much. Now do note there's two numbers at the bottom, and this is interesting. This two number is the MA30 and the MLP. So MA30 and MLP, they happen to be almost together. And usually when they're almost together, right, undeniable, it will create a bit of traction or attraction, which means that if the Dow Jones today later on stays below OP, there is a small possibility that the Dow Jones may purposely be drawn down first. That means that the Dow Jones may be drawn down first, then it may find a support there before rebounding. So of course, is this really possible? Well, there's two reasons why I say that. Number one, KSI is red, yeah? The KSI is red. But number two, more important, the KSI red, but the uptick itself is rather big. That means that yesterday, although the Dow Jones has went up quite a fair bit, right? But actually itself, the selling activity is even bigger. So that means that probably someone has used the pump and dump strategy. So that yesterday is a more technical buy. So please now listen to me for what I have to share next. Is going to be important. Now, this is the entire movement of the Dow Jones, right? It's a very big candle. So let's take a look at the entire range, everybody. The entire range itself, right? If you look at it closely, the entire range itself is from the high of 35,849. Okay, I'm going to put it there nicely for you. Yeah, okay, I'm going to make the color a little bit more, a bit brighter for you to take a look better. Okay, 35,849, yeah. The low itself is 34,686. Okay, now everybody do me a little favor. If you can do that yourself, take a calculator and then find out for me, right? What's the entire range of this entire candle? That means that from the high to the low, sorry, the opening to the low itself, right? Opening to the closing, sorry. How many points is that? Opening to the closing, yeah? All right. Okay, so that is the entire range. So anybody can give me an answer? I'm waiting for you guys. Where's mine? Anyone can tell me what's the range between 35,849 to 34,686? Anybody can tell me the answer? Just happen to be the open and the low is almost identical. It's the same as the closing and the high. That's why I use the both side of it. Anyone can tell me? Waiting for someone to save the day. 35,849 minus, okay, 34,686. You get how many points is that? Still no one giving me numbers or waiting for me to give to you? 1013. 35,849 minus 34,686 is 1163. Yeah, 1163, guys, 1163. Correct, Jerry, Dennis, thank you. Susan, almost there. Okay, 1163. Okay, 1163. 1163. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So the opening to the closing, yeah, opening to closing, yeah, because Friday itself was Omega day, so the opening and the high was the same, and the closing was also almost the same. Okay, the closing itself was 35,001. 35,000 was all the way to 34,686. Yeah. So about 1,163. Now you divide this by 2. All right, divide this by 2. Okay, 1163 divided by 2. You get 581. Okay, 581. So 581. Okay, I just do a simple mathematics. 34686 plus 581. You get 35,267. Everybody now take a look at this. This is going to be the moment of magic. Magic trick. Okay, I'll put a number now. 35,267, right? Okay, then I press OK. Can you see that now? Look at it, guys. Look at it. Do you see my point? Look at the Dow Jones. Look at it. Yesterday, the market hit the MLP, it pulls back. Today, you can see the high of the day also touched the MLP of the big movement day and also pull back. Do you think this is by coincidence? That's why yesterday I tell you the MLP or the big bar down is going to be very critical for traders. If the market can stay above it, it will jolly well go higher and very easily it will take down 35,770, the MA30. I tell you that, it will take it down. But if the market cannot go past 35,267, then that means the market will sell again. Okay, I already tell you this. If the market fail, it will sell again. So if you look at it now, everybody, if I put the chart to a 15-minute chart, you will see just now this morning perfectly. You see that? The market went up all the way. Then what happened? Look at it. What happened? The BNB came in and it was a high of the day. The boys are there. I told you before, right? BNB means the boys are in. So who will know this number, 35,267? Only the boys. So the boys purposely pushed the price all the way up itself and then did a beautiful BNB, stopped there, couldn't go past it, bang, came down already. You see that? Really, right? Very scary, right? Incredible, right? This is why I say this, guys. We can use maths to play this game, but we have to know how to use it properly. And I have shown this again and again. It is very scarily but possible. Yeah. So now, what do we see from the day chart? What can I say? Very simple. Again, we go to the day chart. Hold on, yeah. There's something stuck there as well. Okay, hold on. That's my screen is frozen. Just stop my sharing a bit first. Okay, it's getting back again. It was stuck for a moment. Yeah, I released some scary stuff. That's why the market stopped me. Okay. All right. So what do I have to say with this? Okay, very simple. My view will be very clear. If the market stays up, it must cross 35,267 first. Okay. Now, if it doesn't stay above it, and let's say there's some selling later today, it will come down to what number? It will come down to MLP 34,994. I repeat, if the Dow Jones doesn't stay up, Dow Jones will come back down to 34,994 level. It will come back down to here. So watch out for that. But if it comes down to this point and it's stabilized there, the market can actually rebound again. Yeah. So don't think that it will not rebound. It may rebound. So traders do take note of all this. These are very important figures, and you can utilize this later on. And we'll share about this again later on during our this Super Tuesday revision. Yeah. Nasdaq, you can see very clear, right? So you put the same concept on Nasdaq. Nasdaq have a very big sell-off yesterday, right? So you put the MLP on it, right? And then after that, you switch it to M15. You will see the same story yesterday for Nasdaq. You see that? Yesterday, the Nasdaq basically went all the way, hit MLP, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. But once it found strength, you can see the tail all here itself. These are all the tail of the Nasdaq yesterday, and 3 of them all touches the MLP of yesterday, of the day before, and then shoot up. So that's the reason why the Nasdaq was consolidating at the MLP for so long, because MLP is a very, very powerful system. You just have to know how to use it to your advantage. That's why this coming Saturday is all right. For those who are learning from me, you guys are going to really benefit, right? For this Saturday basic program, you guys who are online right now hearing me, you're going to benefit a lot from it itself. I can guarantee you that, as long as you understand where am I coming from. Okay, so for today, Nasdaq is easier to understand. It's a CCRY instead. So CCRY above OP will be a buy, but because it's between the pivot 1 and pivot 2, so that means that you have to go slow a bit. But because the KSI is a KSI jump, okay, so that's why just I think marginally jump, yeah. So it's uptick also. So what happened if the Nasdaq stays up? If it breaks above pivot 1, it may go all the way up to 16,613 level. Yep. Okay. Now any pullback will be back to the MA30, and incredibly the MA30 and MA200 and MLP, right, is also the same number. So as if that the market all know what to do. The MA30 and MLP happen to be the same number. I mean, almost the same figure, and the same thing happened for Dow Jones. It's as if that all of these are already way already orchestrated already from the very beginning. Now S&P 500, same thing here. S&P 500 now. S&P, it has recovered, broke above the it is actually now open above pivot 1, 4605. So as long as it stays above 4605, things okay. But now it's 4666, right? Interesting number. So I'll say this: it will be resisted at 4671, which you can see very clearly. It is resisted by the MA30 at 4671. So again, same thing again. If you look at the 15-minute chart for today, you can see that multiple times the S&P goes up and resisted around this 4671. Keep on touching it, and there's so many green dots over there. It also created star because it means that it's a BNB at a high. So all these information tell you that there is a very strong resistance at 4671. So if the S&P cannot stay up above OP, there could be some selling later on. So if the market stay above OP, it will test this guy again at 4671, and of course, if one cross it, the S&P will go even higher. Yeah. So this is something that you must take note. All these numbers are very important to us as a trader. Yeah. All right. How about Hang Seng today? Hang Seng. Now Hang Seng continued to plunge. I told you, right? Hang Seng this morning, opening price already above the MLP, but it was between the pivot 1 and pivot 2. So once the market break MLP, which is 23,783, right? When the market breaks MLP, it will be a sell because KSI was red and it was uptick on the red. So it was a very clear cut. The market will prefer to sell than buy. Yes, we know that the Hang Seng actually gap up, right? But still, the rules say that if the market breaks MLP at 23,783, it will be a sell, right? Remember that? So if you look at the 5-minute chart, you can see very crazy stuff. The MLP was here at 23,783. So when the market cannot stay up, start to sell down, we will short the Hang Seng, and did Hang Seng crash all the way down by almost 300 points because of that. Yeah. So again, all this information is very important, and if you know MLP, you will know that your risk reward ratio, your risk is just only here, your risk ratio is here. So this is your X, and of course the market came down by at least 4X's. So again, all you need to do is to know where's your moving average, where's your MLP, and then just place small trades into it to get high returns. So that is what we are doing right now. I hope that you guys can see the impact of knowing all this information. Very, very important. Yeah. Okay. All right. Just give me a moment. I don't mention. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let me just refresh my screen and get a pivot. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that's why today we were selling the Hang Seng today. That's the reason why we were shorting Hang Seng today. Okay, once again, informing you. So how low will this be going? Well, logically speaking, if the market stays below MLP, Hang Seng can go down all the way to 23,363. Now we are now at 23,540. So it'll still be distant to go, but 23,363 is still not too far away. So 200 more points to drop. It is possible. So traders, let's look at it. Okay, very important. Yeah, 23636. Okay, 23363. Sorry. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay, that's Hang Seng for all of us. Okay, so let's look at the Nikkei. The Nikkei, I already told you guys, Nikkei, there'll be some selling, right? So everybody take out a calculator. We try this again, okay? Nikkei, the opening price was 29,466 on this day. On the 26th of November, The opening price was 29466. Okay, write it down for you. Opening price 29466. Okay. The closing price was 28006. 28006. Okay. So take this number and this number, add together, and then divide by 2. Get the number for me, everybody, right? Get the number for me and get some water first, yeah? All of you, have you get your numbers for me already? Do you know what to do? Take the 29466 plus 28006 divided by 2. You plus them first, then you divide by 2. You will end with a number. I cannot see any number coming out, so probably people are all busy. The number will be 28,736. Do you get that? Oh, well done, Alison. Thank you, Alex Heng. Thank you very much. So now, moment of truth, okay? Moment of truth, yeah? Okay, I'm going to put a number in right now. 28,736, right? Moment of truth. All right, thank you, Jerry. And then we put, okay. Look at it, guys. Look at it. Look at the way the Nikkei opened yesterday. And then it went all the way up. Hit the number 28,736 beautifully, and then pull back down once again. Now you understand why MLP is so powerful. And this is not the end now, my friends. If you actually now take this number and I purposely go back to yesterday's chart, you see the movement for yourself. That is even scarier. Look at it. Look at the way the thing goes up. The market opens here on yesterday's market, right? Then went up, went up, went up, went up, went up. And the moment it hit the MLP, which is the number I told you, 28,736, look at it, 5 bars. The market, the tail touch 5 times. 5 times, it touches it. Then it starts to come down. And look at it, my God. So think about this, guys. And at the same time, back then itself, right? If you look carefully, okay, there was a star there, right? Because you see, the star there shows that that was a day high of the day with a BNB. So a BNB as a day high of the day, and it basically collided with our MLP, and that's why the Nikkei slammed down. Now you understand why itself. If ever one day our system is really broadcast or broadly used by the whole world, any trader, whether you're in Japan or you're in Hong Kong, you are American trader, a British trader, Brazilian trader, all of this will work, and you just have to follow. Now you understand why the thing is this for our TWB system, right? It's very scary because no system in the market, and as to what I know now, cannot predict things like this. And the accuracy is really incredible. So think about this. Imagine you just shorted here itself, okay? Put a stop loss here. So this is your X value, right? This is your X value. So imagine this. If the market go all the way down itself, you will make easily, 7x of your money within the same day. Is it crazy? If it's crazy, please key the word CRAZII. Yeah, that is our crazy system here itself. Really incredible, okay? Now, I'm not going to keep on boasting about it, but you must understand, you must know how to utilize it and make the money out of it, because you will not be forever here. You must know what's happening right now, and you get the best out of it, yeah? So for today's important thing is this. Today, the Nikkei opening price is actually above pivot 1. So all of today's market, all the opening price is near above pivot 1. So by logic, it's a buy. So this morning, Nikkei go up is also kind of expected. But now the Nikkei pull back so much, right? The question is what will happen next for Nikkei? Now it has to stay above 28,325 today. It must stay, because if it doesn't stay, it will drop further. It will go to 28,265. And of course, why I say it will drop further, because its KSI is red and it's uptick. So which means that the market cannot break OP. If If it breaks above OP, right, break below OP, right, it will sell down. So watch out for Nikkei, yeah? It cannot break below OP. This is very, very important. Yes, indeed, it's the crazy itself. Okay. Thank you, Farm. Thank you, Toming. Thank you, Chingkui. Thank you, Louis. Thank you, Susan, Allison, Dennis, Anthony getting crazy soon, and Kai from Germany. Crazy, yeah? Indeed. Yes, crazy. That is how crazy it is. By the way, crazy is our new app name. Yeah, for those who are just joining us today, crazy, CRAZII is our app name. Yeah, it's crazy. Yes, indeed. All right, so that is the Nikkei for all of you. Yeah, okay, so that is all. And for DAX itself, we have seen the same thing happening on DAX. DAX gap down, shoot down lower, and then now it's standing around here as well. And it's also again near the MLP. Indeed, yeah. For DAX, the KSI is uptick rate, so which means that later on, right, if DAX open, most likely there will be some selling pressure on DAX later. So if DAX later on gap up, right, do be careful. There might be some selling, huh? So I will give you my pre-warning for gap for this DAX already. All right, so I covered all the indices. Let's look at the crude oil market. Now the crude oil, I already informed you, right, to be very careful on crude oil. So let's try this MLP again, everybody. Let's try this again. All right, the opening price is $77.87. 7787, yeah. The opening price is 77.87. The closing price is 68.06. 68.06. I make a fast one for you. Take these two numbers, add together, divide by 2, okay? Divide by 2, yeah? So 77.87 plus 68.06 divide by 2, you get a figure of $72.96, okay? Now again, moment of truth. Let's put it in. $72.96. Now all these are on live doing. I'm not preparing my script at all. I'm totally blank. There's no script in front of me. I'm doing this live right now as my mind is seeing the chart. Yeah, and of course, look at it. Look at it. Look at the way the crude oil start to recover, but failed to cross 72.96 level. Yeah. So basically, Susan, your number always means 1 cent.
Give buffer.
Yeah, but the thing is that how you give buffer. Okay, you don't round up, Susan. Many times you say you always truncate, Susan. Teach you also never do. Yeah, Susan. Don't round up, don't round down. Always truncate. Yeah. Okay, so 72.96 level. So which means that if crude oil doesn't go past the midpoint of 72.96, right, crude oil cannot go up. So which means that crude oil may actually go down further. So later on, when I'm doing the Super Tuesday revision, right, please stay on because you may want to know where crude oil could be going. Yeah. Okay, so for today, crude oil, same thing. The opening price is also above pivot 1. So which means that if crude oil goes up, right, it will try to go towards $73. But if crude oil later on do come back down and break pivot 1, then the selling should be able to bring it back down to about $67.50 range around there. Yeah. So traders, be very careful. 67.50 can be very possible. Yep. Thank you, Dennis. We don't do the last. We only use 2 cents. Yeah. 2 decimal point. Third one we don't use. Yeah. Truncate. Okay. All right. So that's crude oil. Now let's look at gold. Now gold today itself, right? Interesting, huh, guys. Gold. If you look at the chart now, gold, we have a few things to take note of. Gold, we have KSI rate uptick. So that means today's selling pressure in gold is still available. So if gold go to KTR plus 1 to KTR plus 2, be very careful. And the KCX is already blinking. So that means it's a matter of time we will see a gold bottoming out soon. So what we need to do today is wait for the clear signal. Today can still buy. MLP is 1786. So the target for today will be 1797, which coincide with the pivot 1. Pivot 1 and MA 200 today coincide, same number, 1797. So my personal suspect is if the market can go higher, it will go to 1797. Now, because the KSI is red in color, right, I'll do one more little test here to check the M15. Yes, just as I suspected. Oh my goodness, guys. We have the pivot. We have the MA. We have the KTR plus 2. All of them around 1797 level. Oh my goodness. 3 of them all on the same line. So which means that later on, if there's a uptick on crude on gold, I believe it will shoot up all the way to 1797 level. Yeah, I believe that gold may shoot up to 1797, but it may not sustain because again the KSI is red in color. It may be a touch and come down. It may be like that. So I'm not too sure will this happen, but if you ask me, once you see some traction of go higher, right? You may want to try 1797 take profit. But of course, along the way, if you are making profit already, you're going to get out of market, just go ahead, yeah? So today, very incredible. 3 lines, MA, MLP, MA, pivot, and KTR, 3 of them, same number. This is why you need a system. A normal trader with just him simply drawing will not be able to come out all these things. Think about this. How will you know how to draw these and draw that, draw intraday? How to put a day chart to draw intraday? All this is not possible. You need a system. And our system can do that. That is why it's so powerful. Yeah. Now, so silver itself, right? Now, silver is still a little bit getting a bit tired. You can see that the KSI is also red and it's uptick also, but KCX is blinking. So for silver itself, right, I would like it to go down a little bit more, but if it's possible. But if not, right, the MLP $23 has to cross first. Now it's $22.91. MLP is 23. It has to cross MLP first. Then after that, it may go towards the pivot, which is $23.27. Now for silver, it has came down quite a fair bit already from $25 plus. It has come down to about $22 plus. So anytime here itself, you may consider to look out for buy on silver. Now silver is more for speculation, all right? So you don't need to get too into that itself, right? It's more towards for speculation, yeah? Okay, so we talk about silver and gold. Crude oil all done, commodities, last 2 will be Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, Bitcoin, I keep on reminding you that I believe that Bitcoin will still have to trade down lower first. And I've given you my view. MLP for Bitcoin is at 57,411. So now it's trading below MLP. So if it goes below MLP, it will likely come down to here, and that's 55,067, yeah, 1. So I think that today Bitcoin will test 55,671. Now I've been calling for sell on Bitcoin since here, and I'm still not changing my position. I still think that Bitcoin will go down lower. I know a lot of my friends around me is calling to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and they're buying a lot of crypto and stuff like that. All I will say is, my friend, is that when money is so simply to be made itself, right, you have to be very careful. I know recently many people are going gaga over this Bitcoin, crypto coin, the some of the so-called token. I think one of them already hit 57,000, and that's FIST, FIST, right? Well, I can't say anything. The only thing is that now we can see the boys are buying. So the price is coming down, but the boys are buying. KCS is blinking. So anytime you trade down a few more days, then maybe I'll call for buy. So which means that I wait for a few more days. Once I see a real bottom out, or maybe it purposely stop out all the buyers, then I'll buy. Okay, got it? That's how we call a whole theory, which we have already shared with you students. Check on your your TWB revision page, the group itself, right? You will see what I talk about is what I mentioned about the whole epic theory. Now for Ethereum itself, it's very interesting. Ethereum now is really, wow, very big play, up, down, yeah? It's trading between 44.50 to this 41.50. This is the 400 points range they've been trading. So the boys are buying, the KCX has jumped, KSI has jumped, and the KCX is already blinked. So same thing again, I believe that another drop here will be a good buy for Bitcoin. But if you remember my forecast on Bitcoin, I said that December month itself, right, will not be a very good month for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I'm gonna be, I believe in my seasonal pattern. So I'm gonna be going slow. I don't mind buying cheap, but then again, maybe it's still not the time to buy into cryptocurrency yet. Now, if you'd ask me itself, right, I'm gonna do a very quick one here itself, a very, very quick one on Bitcoin, a quick one only, and then that will wrap it up for today. Okay, so the Bitcoin range is here. I do a quick one, so I'm not going to calculate exactly. So the range from here to here is about 4317. So 4,300. Okay, so that means that 54,000. Okay, so that means if I say my forecast is correct, right? Bitcoin has to go down to 51,400 before it bottom out for this round. So write it down for you. Bitcoin has to come down to 51,425 first. Then maybe it will recover a bit. So I'll be waiting here at 51,425. Yep, that's how I see this chart. If you don't know how I do it, very simple. Later on at 1 p.m., do come online to listen to me for the TWB Super Tuesday revision. Yeah. Okay, that will be all for today. I hope you enjoyed this session today. A lot of people online. Good to see you guys once again. This is the end of MAO today, and I'll see you in about 40 minutes time. This is Cal signing off. Bye bye.